I'm going to get started. I'm really excited to present this to you guys. We've been a Mailchimp partner for over 10 years, and Mailchimp has been an incredible, innovative tool and partner. And today we've got William Howard from Mailchimp here joining us today. And he's going to be sharing kind of an overview of Mailchimp with some of the capabilities. Mailchimp recently got acquired by Intuit, which means it's got even more of a development team and capabilities and technology behind it to really take your marketing to the next level. And the most exciting thing I think they've launched recently is SMS marketing in Canada being part of Mailchimp. So it gives really like our clients and marketers and business owners across Canada the power to do SMS marketing. So we're going to be sharing with you how you can take advantage of that today. Of course, I need to get my PowerPoint working. Tell me if you guys can see my PowerPoint. Feel free to text in the chat because I'm super paranoid about that stuff. Scene, thanks, Sheena. Yeah, so I am going to share with you just kind of, here's an overview of what we'll be talking about today. William is going to be going over an overview of Mailchimp and kind of highlight high level what's on the go and what are some of the capabilities you can take advantage of. And then we're going to be doing some deep dives. So we'll be talking about the SMS capabilities, showing you examples of SMS campaigns and what other companies are doing, showing you a demo campaign that Addie set up, and Addie's going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be going into automation, which used to be called drip email campaigns. So that's why I put drip campaigns. Tam's going to be showing us how she set up an automation campaign and some of the automation capabilities in Mailchimp and how you can even use SMS in your automations now. And going into AI-powered marketing and how Mailchimp uses AI to make your marketing easier, more automated, and more effective. And finally, personalization, which has been part of Mailchimp for a long time, but just learning, just recapping what it's all about and how you can use it in some innovative ways with SMS as well. And we've got a special offer from Mailchimp, like an exclusive offer actually just for the webinar attendees today, which is kind of amazing. I've never seen Mailchimp offer this kind of promo before, and we can kind of show you how we can help you take advantage of Mailchimp. So there's a lot to unpack, and we will have Q&A at the end. So buckle up, and I'm excited to get started. So I think most of you know me. If most of the people signed up, they're on my mailing list already. But if you don't, I'm Adina. I'm with Napkin Marketing. We've been doing online digital marketing and email marketing for over 15 years. Oh my God, I feel old saying that, as part of Napkin, as part of our agency. Before that, I worked in corporate marketing for about 10 years. I'm really dating myself here with companies like Yahoo, Rogers, Bank of Montreal. So working on both the agency side and the client side. So people in the audience, I've definitely been in your shoes, both whether you're a marketer, whether you're a business owner. I feel like I'm the cat who's had 9 lives, and kind of seen things from the agency side, from the entrepreneur and business owner side, and also working as a marketer in a big corporation. So we're definitely able to support you no matter where you are in your marketing journey. So a little bit about Napkin. We're a digital marketing agency. We're based in Toronto, and we like to think of ourselves as the little engine that could. Remember that childhood story? So small agency, but big capabilities. So we do everything. We kind of help you with the 360-degree spectrum of your marketing. So everything from web design to search engine optimization, email marketing is just one of the areas we cover. But we also help with video marketing, PPC management, so your Google and your Facebook advertising, social media, and lately we are focusing in on financial services, so credit unions and bank marketing, as well as law firm marketing. And behind Napkin, behind all of the execution, all of the marketing activities we do, we're always putting a strategy in place and giving you a blueprint and a plan to follow so that We're not just recommending random activities. Everything's in line with the goal and the target market of your business. So strategy always comes first, even though it comes last in my slide, which should come first. Um, and the whole reason we're here today is we also have incredible partnerships. We're a Google AdWords partner. We're kind of unique to be a Google AdWords partner as well as a Mailchimp partner. So we can help you bring the traffic to your website with Google Ads and then convert that traffic and engage your audience with tools like Mailchimp. We're also a partner with FormStack, which is an online forms provider, which can help you create really effective landing pages and lead forms and get more leads and more subscribers to your mailing list. And we're also a Trainual partner. Trainual is an online training platform that helps you document your standard operating procedures so that you can basically automate your training for all your employees in your business. That's a whole other webinar, but just to give you the scope of what Napkin is all about and some of our capabilities. And behind me, I've got an incredible team at Napkin. You're going to be hearing from our superstar account managers, Addie and Tam, today, who are going to be covering some of the areas of the webinar. And behind Addie and Tam, we have an incredible creative team of talent. So we have designers, web developers, both back-end and front-end developers, as well as email-focused developers. Not everybody is on this slide yet, and I need to update this slide, as well as we've got social media managers, videographers. So that's why when you work with Napkin, you're not just working with a freelancer or a consultant, you've got an entire marketing team to plug your business into. So without further ado, I'm really excited to present William. He's the Partner Development Associate at Mailchimp, and he's got a really great presentation to kind of give you high-level picture of what Mailchimp has to offer. And
hey
take
everyone,
it away,
thank
William.
you so much. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to share my screen and then we can get started.
And where you're joining us from where today, William?
Denver, Colorado in the US. So
Nice.
a little far from Canada.
Is it cold yet in Denver? Because it's starting to get. I
It
had to
is.
scrape my windshield
Yeah.
here in Toronto this morning, which was really depressing because I forgot I had a scraper in my car. I had to look for that time of that first day, you have to look for the scraper. I think Toronto people might know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if you're scraping the windshield yet in Denver.
No, not yet. The sun is too close to us to frost, but give it a month or two, we'll have a few inches on the ground.
I hear you.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll start sharing and then we'll get started. Hopefully everyone can see this fine. Well, today I'd love to kind of give you a high-level overview, like Adina mentioned, and hopefully we can just kind of overview of like turning emails into revenue for your business. And we're kind of start out by saying that leaders kind of want to start to try to solve three key problems, and that's to acquire and retain customers, drive sales growth, and then maximize that return on investment. And truthfully, about 56% of those leaders say their tech stack is falling short. And my question for you all, truthfully, is your marketing keeping up or is it slowing you down? Because hopefully today, with Napkin Marketing and Mailchimp, we can help solve those key problems for you. And that's kind of where Mailchimp kind of comes in. We've been a company for over two decades, 23 years exactly. And it's one of the longest standing and most successful email marketing companies in the world. And we've evolved over the past years, of course. But historically, we've been a small business focused and startup focused company just to offer email marketing as a tool for companies to get the power of email and to grow their business. But it's changed, of course, and over the course of the years, we've now have over 12 million customers across the globe, especially as we were acquired by Intuit in 2021, which is an American company based in California, where they own QuickBooks, more of an accounting software, Credit Karma, and TurboTax in the States. So just a little bit more of an overview about who we are and how we do it. But truthfully, users see about 39 times return on investment from purchasing a marketing plan with us. And like I said, we have 12 million customers, 8 million data-backed recommendations, 300 plus integrations that are compatible with Mailchimp and growing. And then we see about over 99% average email deliverability rate with our platform. And just kind of to dive in, our platform helps you connect with your customers and to encourage repeat business and build lasting brand loyalty. So hopefully today we're going to cover a few components of the key features and offerings of Mailchimp. Four main buckets include automations, integrations, optimization, and our premium plan services that we can provide. So starting off with the automations, we're going to let Intuit Assist help you personalize your marketing at scale. So we can create marketing campaigns in minutes with this AI built-in tool. You can personalize at scale with over 50 behavior-based triggers and intelligent recommendations to help you optimize those campaigns. Also, you can use Mailchimp to send email and SMS, as Adina mentioned earlier, where you can use SMS and hopefully see about 58% higher click rate in both email and SMS when you combine those together. And you can see in the photo as an example of like how you can automate your campaigns through automated journeys. You can create AI generated content by writing with AI, and also you can get actionable insights from your work. So really great perks of automating with Mailchimp. Next, I'd like to kind of double click into the AI content creation tool. Our AI powered technology generates email-based paragraphs, subject lines, headings, and subheadings. You can also choose generated text to add to your email and edit it to make your own. Of course, AI isn't perfect, so going in to make it your own is a great way to do that. Additionally, we do offer content optimization, so you can learn how your emails compare to those top performing campaigns in the industry. Plus, we offer the creative assistant, so you can leverage AI to create your own custom on-brand designs using like a website URL from your company. And then you can import brand colors, fonts, logos, and images to really create the content to make it your very own. Next, in my opinion, we have the most popular feature, the customer journey builder. And this is where you can really have a lot of fun. You can dive deep and drive a lot of traffic and sales by setting up the automations that trigger emails based on customer behavior. You can also have the flexibility and customize the pre-built journeys that can help you cross-sell your products, recover abandoned carts, and re-engage existing customers, and plus win some new ones. Lastly, you can increase engagement with personalized emails based on the in-app or integrated data around the buying behavior. So you can really set up a lot of great journeys, especially with built-in data tools. And moving into a little bit more, I feel like a lot of you want a bird's eye view of the work you're doing, especially as you have a larger roadmap with your business. And now you can accomplish that with our global view of your marketing ecosystem, where you can manage your marketing campaigns on one calendar and optimize based on performance. That's called our campaign manager, where you can monitor all the campaign touch points, tasks, reporting, all from a single truth. It's kind of similar to if some of you have used Hootsuite or what I think it's other social media tools where you can kind of schedule your campaigns long term. We've done the same thing with Mailchimp, so you can do social media, you can do SMS, email, all on one calendar, so you can just use one tool for everything. And wrapping up with automations with the star of the show, SMS is now available in Canada, and where you can accomplish the following: one-on-one communications, you can maintain loyalty programs and benefits, offer promotions and exclusive sales, plus you can obtain feedback and reviews from SMS, and plus to highlight, our US users have seen about an average deliverability rate of 93%. So start sending an SMS now and then start reaping those benefits because it's growing. And we're just really excited to launch in a new market. Moving into integration. Moving into integrations, you have the opportunity to connect your marketing stack with about 300 plus compatible integrations, where you can centralize critical data, including Google Analytics, customer behavioral data, Shopify, sales reporting, and more. Plus, the Mailchimp's e-commerce integrations have led to an average increase of 21% of click rates for customers who have connected their stores with us. Lastly, we offer integrations where you can build based on your tailored needs. So as you can see, we do have tons of integrations in multiple different segments, but you can also build your own because we have an open API. And to highlight, since Intuit was acquired, since Intuit acquired Mailchimp, we now integrate seamlessly with QuickBooks. So QuickBooks is kind of like an accounting slash marketing software where you can have a holistic view of your company's financial overview. You can pay people. You can keep track of your time, your revenue, and also like driving miles and things like that. Where you can also integrate it with your sales. So you can where you can pair your customer data with QuickBooks, including transaction history, invoices, and organize all your customers within Mailchimp. You can and also build a unified customer profile in Mailchimp to keep tabs on your business potential. And moving into optimization, where you can make your data-backed decisions, where you can have customizable reports, AI-powered recommendations, and plus you can have an understanding of your audience and improve engagement through our insights and A/B testing and the multivariate testing. So a lot of cool tools to optimize your email marketing. And then we do, in conjunction with all of that, we do offer expert support every step of the way. So if you were to onboard into a premium plan, we do premium plan migration. So within the first 30 days, Mailchimp will help you switch to Mailchimp and onboard to Mailchimp easily. We do have a 90-day onboarding service where a CSM will come in and help you kind of learn everything there is to know about Mailchimp and get you onboarded and set up with an account. And then also we do premium product support. So on the premium plan, we do have elevated support. So we can help you guide through your journey along the way. Plus phone calling is available. So along with email, they can do phone calls. And then additionally, the personalized onboarding just to help you get started and just help you navigate that whole process. Of course, just a deeper dive there. And then our expert support is there in multiple countries to help you exceed and excel. Along with Napkin Marketing's help, support can help you navigate through your journey. I'd love to kind of show a couple of examples of businesses who have accomplished great success with Mailchimp. Perk Coffee is a Atlanta, Georgia-based coffee roaster, and they've used our Shopify integration, the customer journey builder, and SMS to achieve a 91% conversion rate within their audience that clicked on their link to purchase their coffee, and then a 50% click rate with their SMS campaigns. So they've seen a really great increase in revenue just by implementing all of our tools alongside SMS. And then lastly, Club Soda is a mindful drinking company who offer alcohol-free products and events. They've also used our customer journey builder and our WooCommerce integration to effectively speak to groups based off of their specific interests. And they've also achieved high engagement in emails due to the customized messaging. And then how do we do this? Hopefully, after today, you've seen value in Mailchimp, and then this is a great segue into like how Napkin Marketing can help you, leverage the tool and navigate through your journey, and that way you can be successful in Mailchimp. So I'll let Adina take it away.
Thank you so much, William. And those are amazing examples with Perk Coffee and the soda company. And yeah, we're really excited to kind of take advantage of all the capabilities you shared and show people kind of how this actually materializes in real marketing campaigns. So let's dive into SMS marketing in particular. Can everyone see my screen, by the way? Okay, awesome. Here's kind of what we're going to cover for you. First thing is I always like to to share the why. And why do SMS marketing? Because I feel like SMS marketing, especially in Canada, because it hasn't been readily accessible, people weren't sure if it was legal. Now that it is available, we're almost at the point where it's SMS marketing, where email marketing was like 15 years ago, where people were like, should I even email people? Am I going to be bothering people? Am I going to be kind of like seen as a spammer? So I think people are getting more used to receiving marketing messages by SMS, and there's ways to do it tastefully, to do it to not be super intrusive, and most importantly, to get the opt-in. So that's a little bit about what I will be sharing with you today. One of the most important reasons why you'd want to consider incorporating SMS in your marketing is that the high open rate and click-through rate and engagement rate versus email. So not to bash email, um, but studies show that you need to have at least 12 touch points before you can make a sale. So the touch points can be email, they can be SMS, they can be your online ads, your website. So incorporating SMS into your marketing will really help you kind of take it to the next level. And when you look at the metrics, they're showing, because SMS is still new, and I'm sure these numbers will decline over time. But right now, what we're seeing is 98% of texts are actually open and read versus 37% of email. This isn't to say stop doing email, but it's definitely a compelling reason why to bring SMS into the mix. We also see that their average response rate on SMS is much higher than email, at 45%. And again, I think this is partially due to the novelty, and email being kind of becoming the traditional style of marketing versus SMS. SMS is new, people respond to it faster. It's also a lot more personal. I think we all check our text messages immediately once we get them on our phone. We get those instant notifications, and it's more of a personal way to communicate versus email is becoming kind of the formal, it's kind of taking the place of writing the snail mail letter as it was in the past, where, whereas, I think all of us, especially with younger kids, see that, they would much rather send an SMS, send a text message, and we'd rather send a text message for our everyday conversations and communication versus sending an email. Feels like kind of like you're writing a thank you note to your elderly aunt, right? So it's a lot more formal, a little more business-like, and it's done more for official communications, right? So if you want to kind of get into people's conversation space, SMS is definitely something to explore. So what we'll be talking to you today is kind of how SMS is set up on Mailchimp, how the credits work, and how you can get people to opt in, ask for consent, and lots of campaign examples we have to share with you. So first of all, what is SMS and what is this thing called MMS? So SMS is basically the traditional text message that we're all used to. So it's just the regular text. I'm sure all of us have gotten these text promotions now. But the new development is now MMS. And MMS is something also supported by Mailchimp. It's basically the ability to send images, to send video links where the video pops up, image previews, and emojis on your text. So the way this works with the credits, and William, feel free to jump in if I misspeak on this, but in Canada, what you'll see is in Mailchimp, you're going to need, if you want to take advantage of SMS, you're going to need to have one of the paid plans. So either the essential plan, or I'll show you some of the other plans. But along with the plan, some of the plans include SMS credits, and some of them you have to purchase SMS credits. So right now, each SMS costs 3 credits to send. Each MMS costs 5 credits to send, because these MMS take up more memory, more bandwidth with the pictures. So for example, a typical price you might see is if you want to send to 1,000 SMS contacts, you'll need about 3,000 credits, or it works out to about $30 a month. So it's pretty reasonable. And I'm going to have Addie actually set up one of our first SMS campaigns recently. So I'm going to have her share her experience and how she did that. So, and a little bit about Addie. This is not what she does day to day. She's typically actually managing client accounts, managing email campaigns, website development, and SEO. And we're really excited to have her as a speaker today. So take it away, Addie. Oh, am I sharing your? Go ahead.
Yeah, just a couple of things that I wanted to go over quickly, just as an overview for SMS. So, when we're talking about like Canada, because this is new to Canada, like Adina mentioned, it's on the essential plan or higher. And to set up SMS marketing, you have to be either an owner, an admin, or a manager of the account that you're setting it up for. And you also can only send SMS messages to contacts from within the country that you're setting it up. So for us, we're a Canadian company. We've set it up as a Canadian account, so we can only send it to Canadian SMS contacts. So that's just a couple of things to note. And then I wanted to briefly touch on the application steps. Vidina, there we go. So the application is very simple, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It goes over these 9 steps. So things like the country you're sending your SMS messages from, your phone number. I'm
just sharing kind of the application page if someone wants to dive in later.
Yeah, so that's an article I linked, and I can send that in the chat. And it walks you through the steps essentially. And if you don't have a privacy policy or terms and conditions specifically for SMS, then during the application process, Mailchimp will make that for you. So you don't have to worry about that. And then at that point, you'll also choose your credit subscription for the number of credits.
Yeah. And one thing to note is when we initially kind of embarked on our own process to get set up for SMS on Mailchimp, I was a little daunted by all these steps because I was like, oh my God, it's going to take 2 weeks to get approval to send SMS. But we actually got approved in 1 day because most of these things, like you can write up the use cases with a little help from AI. But it's basically the privacy policy, the terms and conditions. Mailchimp does give you a boilerplate that you can just amend or use as is. And so most of it's a lot easier than it looks, and we ended up getting approved in just 1 day. So I wouldn't don't get too discouraged by the process. And basically this is some of the pricing you can expect with SMS. So the SMS is included in the Essentials plan and the Standard plan. So basically, when you're going on the Mailchimp pricing page, you would enter how many contacts you have in email and how many SMS credits you need. Because most of the time, a lot of people, when they're just getting started with SMS, they don't have that many phone numbers. They don't have that many text numbers to, I know for us, we don't really we haven't been collecting text numbers specifically in our Mailchimp account, especially. So we're just getting started ourselves. So we just started with 1,000 credits. And I think we ourselves are on the standard plan for napkins. So this is kind of the pricing you can expect. It is pretty reasonable. And it's basically an add-on to your existing Mailchimp account. Am I describing that correctly, William?
Yes, exactly right.
And this is kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. Like I said, if you want to do MMS, the credits are going to be a little bit more expensive. As you can see, you can really get started for $20 or $30 a month. And you do get charged credits for every time you send. They're on a monthly program, so your credits renew monthly, but you can also stop it at any time. And Addie, do you want to talk about kind of how you set this up?
Yep. Can you just go? There we go. So creating an SMS message is very simple and will be easy for you if you're familiar with creating emails, because you're essentially following the same steps. So you're going to click the create button, and instead of choosing email, you're going to choose SMS. And it'll take you to a screen where you can choose your message name. So you can name it internally. So if it's a holiday campaign, you can name it holiday campaign. And then you can choose the recipients of people who are going to receive this. And then you go ahead and you can click edit content. And this is where you're going to create the actual content for the message itself.
And I believe also, I don't know if this is part of the campaign creation step, or the application step, Mailchimp will actually assign you a texting phone number. So Addie, was that part of the application? It's like a local, if you're in the Toronto area, it's usually a local Toronto number. Maybe William or Addie, if you can tell us a little how that works.
Yeah, I just in the application process, like when I did it for Napkin as part of the phone number, we didn't have a phone number already set up to send text messages from. So it gave us one, and you could choose from, the area code you'd like to send it from. And then it just gives you a phone number. And so it set it up for us. So we didn't have to do anything on that end. It just kind of was automatically assigned to us.
Okay. And William, do you know
Yeah.
if like Canadian advertisers want to send text messages to US clients? Do they have to do they have to do the US application in addition to the Canadian application?
That's a good question. I can ask the SMS team, but I'm sure if it's a Canadian customer that wanting to send to the US, I think you just had to indicate the location what you're sending. So I can check for sure, and we can follow up with the attendees and let them know.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that's a question I have, and you have to excuse me, guys, because this is new. I don't have all the answers, but if you come up with questions during the presentation, we can definitely circle back and get back to you. Because this is kind of a new feature that we're still learning about ourselves, as you can see. But then, and Addie, this is kind of where you put in the SMS content.
Yeah. So this is the screen you'll see when you click edit content. So you have the text box on the left-hand side, and that's where you're going to edit the content. And then on the right-hand side, you've got your preview of what your message is going to look like. So you can type up your message, you can put in emojis, you can put in the merge tags. So for this example, I used the recipient's first name. And then you can also add your image here if you're choosing to add an image. And then on the right-hand side, all of that will pop up. So you can see what it looks like. The text message will always include who it's coming from. So for us at the top, it's Napkin Marketing. So you never have to put that in there. It's already in there for you. And then it also includes the disclaimer at the bottom that's always there. This is text stop to opt out. So again, that's not something you have to worry about. So you only need to focus on the actual content of the message itself. So you can type that all up. And once you're happy with it, then Adina, if you go to the next slide, you just review everything, confirm who you're sending it to, that you're happy with the content of your message. And then it also will give you a credits usage summary. So you can see exactly how many credits you're using for this campaign. So for this example that we used 63 credits for this campaign. And then it tells you how many you have remaining. So you kind of can always keep track of where you're at with your credits on your account.
Yeah, so you can see this is very similar to Mailchimp's setup for sending an email campaign. It's actually like a super simplified version of an email campaign because it's really just a text message. So if you're used to setting up email campaigns, it's very easy to do. And where text really kind of gets its superpowers is when you can make it part of an automation. So just because this is a little hard to wrap your head around, I wanted to invite all of you guys to kind of take part in a little experiment and text us right now. So text the word napkin to our texting number, which is here on the screen. And Leah, I don't know if you want to put that in the chat, but you should get an automated message. And tell me in the chat once you've tried this. And I know there's about like a 1 to 2 minute delay sometimes in getting that. But once you've done that, just say yes in the chat if you've texted us right now. Because you can kind of see how it works and see how to take advantage of this in your business. Yeah, so is everyone trying this out? Okay, William's done it. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Um, so what this does is I'm sure you've seen, text this, like, you've probably seen it on TV shows like text to vote. But basically you can set this up for your business. You can have it on a sign, you can have it on an email campaign or on a flyer. Or so basically you can send an automated message when you give people a special word to text. And this is set up through the Mailchimp automations. So you can send people a special offer, a link to meet with you, and it's just a way to kind of open the door again to getting them to text you without having a complicated process. Because as soon as basically they text you, you'll have their text number. They'll be on your list. You can also make that the opt-in, right? So you can say text napkin 20 or text whatever word you want to use to opt into our text blasts. So let me know if you're getting that text, if you're getting that automated text yet. You should get it in the next 2 minutes, but when you get it, just text us in the chat because I think we know it's working. We've tested it, but just like I said, I'm paranoid, so I want to know it's working. So Addie, do you want to tell us a little bit how you set this up?
Sure, yeah. So instead of creating the SMS message itself, I went into automations and I clicked build from scratch. And then from there, it gives you a ton of options of trigger options to trigger the automation. So in this case, I selected the contact selects or text a keyword. And in this case, keyword was napkin 20. And then from there, I chose the action, which was sending the text message, which is the text message you'll receive if you've texted napkin 20. And it's just the 20% off Mailchimp offer. So we set that up and then we published it. It was pretty simple. And setting up the SMS itself was exactly the same as setting up a regular SMS. So that made it easy as well.
So let us know. You should hopefully get that text in the next minute or so. And meanwhile, I'll just show you some other examples. Because just to kind of start getting our heads around, for e-commerce, texting has already been become fairly established for a lot of e-commerce businesses. So these are just some examples how we're seeing text and SMS marketing being used, especially more in the US where it's more common. So the typical messages you'll see is a welcome message. I think Lori, we're still they're actually not text sensitive. I thought it was text sensitive too, but you should receive it. I know there is like a 2-minute delay on it. But yeah, tell me if you don't see it in 2 minutes. So companies are using it as a welcome message, like Text to Chef is using here, and kind of like in their case, their businesses is the actual like texting for recipes. Good Counsel is using it to announce sales and specials. And Ashton is Canine Dimensions is using it for a request for an online review. So a lot of the examples we'll have here for SMS marketing is basically B2C kind of marketing. So if you have an e-commerce business, if you have a business where you're targeting consumers, but there are quite a lot of applications for SMS marketing, for B2B marketing as well. And this review example, even though it's a B2C example, this is something like every business can use if you're, if you're a law firm, if you're a credit union, asking for reviews is something everybody needs to do. It's also good for your SEO to show up, especially for your Google My Business page review. So 88 so that's kind of a few applications for your SMS marketing so far. Oops. I saw a couple messages. Sheena, I don't think it's case sensitive, but if you are outside of Canada, maybe you might have received it. So yeah, that's interesting that you got the message send failure. So that's something I want to look into. And Lori asked about ManyChat. I'm not sure what ManyChat is. So, but if it's like a chat or a texting only application, um, it's it should be similar. But the nice thing is with Mailchimp, you can incorporate your texting and your mailing campaigns from one platform. So a big way SMS is being used right now is with abandoned cart abandoned cart messages. So these are being very widely used. But this one by Maine Lobster, don't forget to complete your checkout. You can also, with the Shopify integration with Mailchimp, you can send an abandoned cart text or email, and it'll link to the specific product that the customer left in their cart. So you can see this on Spanx, on FragranceNet, with giving people a link to finish their order with their actual product still in their cart, and also with shipping notifications. I'm sure most of us have received these shipment notifications when we've ordered a product. So this is something you can now do with Mailchimp, with the automations and transactional email. So these kind of campaigns would require you to have the Shopify integration or an e-commerce integration that works with Mailchimp. I think Squarespace also has Mailchimp integration, right, Howard? Right, William?
Yes.
So yeah, these would require kind of the e-commerce integration. So yeah, I think we can talk about ManyChat maybe at the end at the Q&A. Maybe Addie, if you want to look into that, that would be awesome. And Leah, if you don't mind, if you can, oh, you're outside. Joshua, if you can send the text and see if you got the text, you're local. So if you can see if you got the text message, tell us in the chat. Has anyone gotten our marketing message yet? I hope so. So one of the challenges with SMS is also, okay, Joshua has gotten it. Lori, still waiting. So yeah, let us know. I don't know what area code if you're, yeah, I know sometimes it takes 2 minutes for me. So hopefully it might because it might be because you're in the US. I wonder if that's why, if that's a relay issue.
That could be it, and we can discuss the discount a little bit more, just so like those in the US, and I still haven't gotten the text either, so that may be a US thing, so we can figure that out and provide some clarity on that. And the discount,
yeah, because I know like that the credits did say specifically for crediting for sending to Canadian.
When we set up for Canadians, it might be that it's not sending to US recipients. We set Canadian, so we set it up as Canadian, so that might be why.
Okay. So was that in the setup? Is there an option to send to US or Canadian?
When I was applying for it, it was like location of the business and like where we're sending to. So it was Canada. So that's just how it was set up because we're Canadian.
Okay. So that's probably a good explanation of why kind of some of the US people on the webinar are not receiving theirs, but the Canadian people are. But that's a good thing to troubleshoot. We're uncovering a little bit of we might be uncovering a little bit of a bug here. So maybe we can experiment with that. Yeah, Sheena, I see like in Vancouver, you should definitely be receiving that. So I think that's something maybe to circle back and check whether that's a bug in that kind of campaign. I know when you just do a broadcast campaign, which is just texting to everybody, like some of these ones I'm showing you, those have been working with no issues. But That's something we can look into for the triggered campaigns. That's something we can check into with William. So one important thing to know about with SMS is you do want to get as many opt-ins as you can, and you want to do it in the proper way, because the last thing you want is for people to get upset, feel like you're spamming them with text messages, because people are more sensitive about receiving texts, and if they're receiving unwanted texts, that's going to give a negative reputation for your company. So it is really important to get the opt-ins. So this is how some companies are requesting opt-ins right now. They're either offering a free product when people sign up, offering a coupon code, um, or for B2B, some people are even offering a free consultation. So these are all kind of creative ways. And just like when email first came out, there was a lot of, sign up forms offering, you know, email opt-ins and creative ways. Now this is kind of taking place in the SMS space. So just something to think about. And if we're working together, this is something we can help you with, coming up with a landing page and coming up with a specific opt-in offer for your business and making sure that it's plugged into your Mailchimp account. Um, Sample SMS opt-ins. So in Mailchimp, they actually have the built-in tools for you to collect both an email address and an SMS. So these can be customized. And basically having this is something that can be embedded in your website as a form or a pop-up or on a landing page, so that you are basically ingesting those contacts into your account. So that's kind of an overview of SMS. And as we've hinted, SMS becomes really powerful when it's part of an automation setup. So I have an automation expert here with our team member, Tam Nguyen, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how she set up automations. But to give you a background, a little bit of what automations are. So I think some of us, if you may or may not have heard of the notion of a customer journey. So basically, every product or every service has a customer journey. Whether you're in retail, whether you're looking for a new software, you're hiring a real estate agent, you're looking for a new doctor, you're looking for a private school for your kid. There's a customer journey involved. So going from the initial thinking about it stage, to hearing about a new product, to doing the research, to asking your friends, to looking it up online, looking up product reviews. So automations are designed to basically support the full customer journey. Um, so this is kind of what I mean by that. For example, retail is kind of the easiest one that we're all familiar with. So just becoming aware with, seeing an ad for a new shoe, like, you need a new running shoe that you want to buy for the gym, seeing the ad for it, looking it up on social media, maybe talking to other people at the gym, seeing what shoes they're happy with, and then moving along the path from awareness to consideration to the actual purchase to the post-purchase and retention. And maybe, you become a loyal customer of that running shoe brand. So all along that path, there's different decisions people make, and different consideration points. So they might look at online research, online reviews, and that's when they're also receptive to communication from the company. So whether it's like collecting feedback on a survey, follow-up communication, which might be with email marketing or with SMS, and then getting them to the point where they become an advocate for that product, and they're able to do their own reviews, provide online reviews, provide recommendations, and retain that person for the long run as a customer. So as you can see, there's lots of different touch points in a typical customer journey. And the whole idea is you want to, as a marketer, as a business owner, be able to provide those touch points. And all along the way, you're kind of building trust with that person, and you're using diverse communication channels. So, the person is touching base with you via your website, via email marketing, via SMS or social media. And that's the way you stay top of mind with them. And you want to kind of personalize that journey along the way. So these are automations is a tool that you can do that. So basically, they used to be called drip campaigns. They're basically a series of emails or emails combined with texts that go out, and they could be triggered by different events, as they're called in Mailchimp. So it could a drip campaign could be triggered by someone signing up for your mailing list. A campaign could be triggered by someone leaving a product in their shopping cart. It could even be triggered by a date that you have in the database for your customer, like birthday greetings, or it could be like a follow-up email based on the trigger of a purchase or an interaction on your website. So Tam's going to share with us a little bit more about how she set up automations. I don't know if do you want to share your screen?
Yeah. So I'm gonna share it here. Let me know if you can see it.
Stop share.
So if you can see my screen here, this is inside of Mailchimp where we can start setting up a journey. What I love about setting this up is you create a logic all in one at first, how to interact with people, and you have option to like set condition as well to make sure that the message sent out is as customizable as possible. It will reduce the chance of like, oh, do I miss following up with that lead that I met from the event last night and whatnot. Once you set up the flow, people get into it, the email automatically sent out, or SMS in the same regard. So for example, with Napkin, we run, let's say we run a campaign promoting our SEO service. We can run Facebook ad, Google ad. We have a landing page to collect emails. We do trade shows and we meet people in real life. Everybody goes into one database. And we have set up a flow to like make sure that the welcome email will be sent out immediately after they got into the pool. And 2 days later, we will check the condition. Okay, if people click into the welcome email and they have been tagged, for example, like they use the SEO tool that we offer in the first email already. So it's an and, meaning it has to, a user has to fulfill these two actions. Then we have the condition, if it's met, meaning like they haven't used the tool. Now we're gonna send another email marketing with newsletter regarding SEO. Is there any new update from Google? And again, present the SEO tool and invite them to try the tool one more time. Let's say if they already click on the email, use the tool that we offer in the first email here, then we can send them a survey and see how's the tool performing. Is it helping with the business? And ask them if they want our help to analyze the SEO analytic result. So each of the touch point here, you can set the condition very easily within Mailchimp and custom the interaction accordingly. And I also love the effect of delaying trigger as well, because like with emails, SMS, you want to give people a breathing room between the actions before you're following up with them, so that you don't be so like you don't annoy the person who have to hear from us every single day. So this is just a very simple example of how you can follow up with customer. If you're doing e-commerce, you can custom a much more flexible journey with like, for example, different starting point that following the same lead. So that's just how it goes with Mailchimp, and us, Napkin Marketing, we use it to our advantage as well. Back to you, Adina.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea of how the automation's set up. We've set up several automations kind of for ourselves, for clients as well. For automations, I do have to say that sometimes these do get a little complicated, and that's where we kind of have the done for you service. It's not something like I would venture into as at a beginner level. That's why I have like Tam's kind of become more of a deeper expert on our team. Am I sharing or did I forget to share now? I gotta get back to sharing. But there are pretty amazing possibilities once you do get the hold of automations, because you can put so much of your marketing on autopilot and you can customize it to a high degree. So even, obviously, like there's no way to do birthday emails for clients or celebrate kind of anniversaries of their sort of customer journey. So, one of the ways we've helped clients in the past with automations is the birthday emails, but also, for clients in the real estate space, setting up a home anniversary, or if you're in the mortgage space, maybe the anniversary of an upcoming mortgage or a renewal, if you want to remind clients of like a renewal of service that's coming up, setting that up, in Mailchimp. So how that works is you have to be able to have that date in the customer database. So, within a form somewhere, if you want to start sending birthday campaigns, you have to start capturing birthdays somehow, whether that's when someone's checking out through your payment process or in their sign up form, or having some special campaign or promotion where, or a contest where they have to enter their birthday, and then they can start receiving birthday messages. So those are a little more complicated to set up, but things like, having a pre-built Mother's Day campaign, and celebrating annual events, those can be set up on an automated way, so that they're once they're set up, they're going out on autopilot. We also have clients where they've had, drip campaign of a string of 30 messages that, they go out weekly on autopilot. Once someone signs up for an email list or a newsletter, you can set it up as a course, or basically, so you don't have to think about an email blast to send out every week. You're basically sending out, once someone joins your mailing list, it starts going out as an automated series. So these are just some examples of some of these can be, this is an email campaign, but you can also set up now birthday messages with SMS. So that's an automated birthday email campaign. This is actually an SMS campaign for a real estate agent. So, with a happy home anniversary, this would be an MMS campaign because she's using an image here. But this is a great use of kind of plugging in automation with MMS and making it really work for you. So yeah, and talking about the customer journey, especially with real estate agents, that's a long-term relationship people usually have. And it's a relationship that anytime you have a business where you want to nurture that relationship and keep in close contact with the client, you want to have different touch points, not just rely on email or just SMS. And SMS is a great way to kind of like break through the clutter to keep in touch with that client. These are a few more examples of kind of the automated journeys that are already set up. They're basically templates within Mailchimp. So you can have a welcome campaign with SMS. You can have the text to join keywords. So as you can see that they were still a little buggy. And then there's the abandoned cart emails that emails as well as texts that you can set up. And you can see these little symbols here mean like all the different components that are pre-built in that automation. So this one has SMS plus Shopify integration, plus if you've got a WooCommerce store, that can be integrated as well. So I think I don't know, William, you're probably better expert at this, but I know there's integrations with every major e-commerce platform. I think Wix, Shopify, WooCommerce, right?
WooCommerce, exactly. And like I said before, there's custom APIs. So if there's a platform that isn't on our list in our integration library, so you can always go in and use our open API to create it.
Yeah, and actually Mailchimp has created custom APIs as well for sorry, Napkin has created custom APIs as well as an expert partner. So we've done APIs, for example, for financial institutions to collect subscribers to their CRM platform, which wasn't like the typical CRM platform. It was like an old legacy system, but Mailchimp does have a really robust API platform. So you can pretty much connect to Mailchimp, whether through the pre-built automations or with Zapier or with custom APIs. Mailchimp can pretty much be connected to any system you've got. And this is kind of some more campaign examples of just like not the typical ones, but I like to really show how it can be used for B2B. So sending a report or a white paper, ebooks is something I've really been promoting for many, many years. So when someone signs up for an ebook on your website, that's a great way to get them onto your subscriber list. And typically they just get emailed the ebook or a link to download the ebook. So SMS is a really great way to kind of shake up the ebooks and the white papers, sending people the ebook by email or a link to the ebook by email, but also sending people a text to kind of like notify you, hey, here's a link to your ebook. Because guess what? They're probably more likely to read it in their text and link, with the text link they have here versus opening up their email, downloading a PDF and kind of doing that the old fashioned way. So it's again, it's like super high engagement. Here's another company, Natural Club, using quizzes and giving people like the results of their quiz and also product recommendations with an MMS. And another one with just coupon codes, that's pretty standard, but giving a welcome message with a coupon code when someone signs up for the list. So lots of examples of SMS here. And this is just kind of a simple campaign just to show you the flow with welcoming new contacts with a customer journey. So, this is an easy campaign that I would just recommend for any business on the call here today, to be able to set up if you do have a mailing list, maybe, making a welcome campaign that's automated when people sign up to that. Sheena is saying, I have an 800 number with Grasshopper. Does MailChimp SMS integrate with 800 number service? Okay, so I have Grasshopper too, Sheena. So I think the answer is no. MailChimp gives you their own number to do SMS campaigns with. Grasshopper is a whole other story, by the way, because we're dealing with Grasshopper now, because they just implemented some stricter SMS rules. They used to offer SMS through Grasshopper. That's a whole other story. Let's talk offline about that, because with Grasshopper, if you want to continue using their texting platform, you have to go through their application process because that's it's a separate system. But the short answer to your question is, I don't think MailChimp right now, from what I've seen, it doesn't integrate with other phone numbers. They assign you a number. Is that correct, William?
Yeah. There's a capability of bringing your own.
Yeah. So this is just, again, examples of kind of how you can set up the customer journeys. And as you can see, they're also one of the interesting things you can do. And again, this gets a little bit complicated, but you can make the journeys conditional on what people do. So when let's say you want to send a welcome email to everybody who joins your list. So you set up the welcome email in the automation, and you can even set up like conditional things that happen. So let's say everybody who opens the welcome email, they can get a certain email following up. If they don't open the email, they can get another email that says, hey, just checking, are you still there? Did you receive our other email? So you can send them on different paths in the journey. which are conditional upon what they do, like whether they click on the campaign or whether they open a campaign, they can get a different follow-up message, which is really, really interesting and kind of makes you be able to get more personalized with your follow-ups. Tam, am I explaining that correctly? I know you're the pro at that one.
Yeah, no, you explained it correctly.
So that's kind of an overview of customer journeys. And again, we're happy to, as an expert partner, to help you set those up for your business. And personalization is the next area we're going to go dive into. Personalization in Mailchimp has been around for quite a while. So we wanted to kind of just recap what's available with personalization and how you can take advantage of it. And now with SMS, I think personalization is more important than ever. So in your sign up forms, you really want to be collecting those first names, last names, company names, so that you can insert them into the messages that you send. So I think that the lesson here is stop sending generic messages. So there's different ways you can take advantage of Mailchimp to personalize your campaigns. The first one is segmentation, and this is a big area to explain, but basically Mailchimp lets you segment lists according to customer behavior. So it'll keep track of, like, you can basically set up a campaign to everyone who opened the last 5 campaigns or everyone who clicked on the last 5 campaigns. So basically Mailchimp will help you like identify your top prospects that way. Merge tags I'll get into in a minute because it has to do with your database, and dynamic content, predictive analytics I'll get into. The important thing I think to note about personalization is it really does make a difference. We see a 20% increase in sales and increase in lift and open rates when someone is addressed by their name. Everyone wants to be addressed by their name. Everyone wants to be seen on a more deep level. So it's a way to kind of personalize your marketing and also make it more effective. So how this all works, kind of the engine behind personalization when it comes to the email campaigns, has to do with the merge tags. So what a merge tag is, it's basically the labels within your subscriber list. So this is kind of under the hood of your email subscriber list. You'll have different fields and labels. So the first name is a field, the last name is a field, a company name could be a field. So if you want to send emails and kind of address people by their first name, you have to, the point is you have to have those captured in the merge tags. And what that does is, so when you're setting up a campaign, if you want to say, hey, Sheena, happy Canada Day, and also in the to field, these are 2 important areas I would definitely recommend always personalizing and taking advantage of that if you want to see a lift in your open rates. So Mailchimp allows you the ability, but of course you have to collect that info in your mailing list to begin with. So this is kind of how it looks like, a very simple version once it's implemented. And you can also get a little more complicated if this is a campaign we sent out a few months ago where we were offering an SEO analysis for people's actual website. So we were able to populate the website URL here as well as the first name. So this is kind of what it looked like when it was sent out. Here's the web analysis for your website. It's customized with the person's name. The to field is customized, and even the subject line here is customized. So my big takeaway for you guys is try to customize as much as possible, especially with SMS, and take advantage of that capability. And this is really complicated, but that you can actually customize the images people see in their emails. So this is kind of a bigger campaign that we did for an insurance company. They had different brands that it was like white label insurance. So different companies were under different brands for their insurance partners. So they had a mailing list of like 100,000, and all the different people were with different companies. And according to their company, they wanted them to see a certain logo on their newsletters. So this is actually one campaign, one e-newsletter template that shows up in about 50 different ways. So this is all, according to the customer, they might see this logo, or this logo. And also according to their company, they might see this whole section of the newsletter, whereas this company, that whole section. With the personalization, these are called dynamic campaigns. So you can make, an actual e-newsletter campaign show different images according to different characteristics in the database. If you are interested in something like this, definitely schedule a call with me because they do get a little complicated, but we are able to help you set that up. And, simplified version of this in SMS is just, start with just putting the first name in the SMS, make sure that you're collecting first names, and so that you can start personalizing your SMS messages. And one of the most powerful ways to personalize SMS and email is with the Mailchimp e-commerce integration. So this is kind of an example of the abandoned cart emails. And they're not only can show a product that someone forgot in their cart, but it can recommend similar products. So for this, you have to have kind of the e-commerce integration and settings set up. But once you do, you can recommend, if someone was looking at a certain product, maybe saved it in their favorites, but they didn't buy, you can recommend that product to them. You can tell them when there's a special on the product. So these are kind of some of the ways you can personalize emails. And again, this would be one campaign that went out to all of these customers of this company, Rudy's, but each client would see different product recommendations based on, whatever's in their integration. So I hope that makes sense. So William, I don't know if you have more details on how that works behind the scenes, but I know that's part of the Shopify usually. Going to be looking into setting these up, but that's something we can help you set up because you really have to have the templates set up properly for the products to populate correctly. But that's some of the personalization you can do. And we're going to go into AI. So everybody, AI is now kind of part of our life. ChatGPT, kids cheating on their essays. I know I'm using AI all the time right now for, in full transparency, we use it for a little bit of copywriting. It's sometimes as brainstorming, generating ideas, and subject Mailchimp will give content recommendations in your email templates. They're predictive analytics, like things like Mailchimp can tell you what's the best send time for your campaign, so improve the open rate. Some of the data, all the thousands or millions of campaigns that get sent through Mailchimp. We didn't quite a bit tool called content advisory here. I'm calling it the wrong thing. Basically, it can also the top customers of the best, the people most, so you can basically start marketing to people who are your real top prospects. So just to give you a more simplified, your camera eyes and a URL.com, right? And then this is the text, I initially wrote Mailchimp also gave kind of your subject. I think with this one, I said, write me and that tells people about this new SEO report that we can share with them. So it basically, it really is very powerful. And, I get a little bit like jealous sometimes because I thought I was a good copywriter until AI came along. And now I'm like, I'm like a drug addicted to AI is getting depleted, but you know, it helps you, it helps you uh, be a little more. Sometimes you just can't think of those brilliant copy lines and show you best way to show you. Can you guys see my Mailchimp?
Yes.
So how Creative Assistant works is it will even design ads for you. It'll design parts of the campaign for you, or it'll design a whole campaign. So the way to get started is we've already got this set up, but when you're not set up yet with the Creative Assistant, it'll ask you questions about your branding. So it'll ask you to upload a logo. It'll ask you which fonts match your colors, and it'll ask you to identify the colors you use most. So once it's got this information, it can basically create, branded designs for you. So it could create like, an entire campaign. Let's say, I wanted to create a campaign to promote my next webinar, right? So again, it's got some of these images. So once you upload a few images, it will also suggest smart photos. So I think it's got images, from stock photos in here. And you can basically generate a design. So it's an AI graphic designer, which scares us a little bit as a marketing agency. But from what we've seen so far, it definitely assists, but it doesn't replace. I think a smart designer, because whenever I see these, I always see, tweaks I need to make that we end up going back to custom design a lot of times. But it does help you, like things like, what we've used this for is maybe the header image of an email, and so forth, or like an image within an email versus an entire campaign. So these are really helpful in terms of just being able to come up with a design and get a little AI help. And I've lost my place in the presentation somewhere. I think we are here. AI. So yeah, that's a little bit about how you can use AI within Mailchimp to kind of give you some shortcuts and be able to create really professional designs. Am I sharing my full screen again, guys?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Cool. So that kind of wraps up the overall, different features we have. We also wanted to admit here that these are complicated, guys. So a lot of these, we've also had a little bit of a learning curve as a marketing agency to take advantage of all of these. So, as a Mailchimp partner, we have the opportunity to basically help you get this done for you. So if this, a lot of these features are going over your head, we are able to kind of take advantage so that you're not struggling with the different features, getting the automation set up, creating the campaign that's really relevant for your audience, or, SMS messaging like your 5,000 contacts by accident. So basically, we have in the econ, like this is some of our email work. We've been doing email marketing now for over 10 years. So these are some of the campaigns we've created over the years for Happy Holiday campaign. These more the B2B industrial clients. This is actually a fully animated campaign, but it doesn't show. But we've done work for industrial equipment, printing companies, real estate companies, commercial real estate, where we highlight, listings they've got for sale, professional services. So everything from accounting newsletters to consulting newsletters to law firm newsletters. My doorbell is going off. And we've also done work for B2C companies and consumer packaged goods. So primarily a lot of food companies, frozen food, and food brands. So we're really proud of the work we've done. Someone is like intently knocking on my door. William, maybe I can hand this over to you. You could talk about the special offer we've got for the webinar attendees.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, to tend to that. Well, thanks everyone for joining. Honestly, I think this was really informative even for me. And I work for Mailchimp, and I learned so much from our partners on a day-to-day basis. I wanted to share as a thank you. And also as a thank you for working with Napkin, we're offering 20% off of a paid plan, Essential, Standard, or Premium. And you can have 6 months from today to obtain that. Actually, let me pull the notes. Actually, not 5 months. So you have up until March to obtain this discount. And then you also get it for 6 months. So let's say you sign up today, you would get this discount for 6 months. You sign up in March, you would get 6 months of 20% off your paid plan, moving forward for 6 months. And then it will automatically go back to your adjusted plan rate. So just wanted to give you a little detail on that. And that way, hopefully you can work with Adina and Napkin Marketing and achieve your 20% discount for the next 6 months.
Yeah, and honestly, like all the time being a Mailchimp partner, we've never really seen this kind of offer before. And I'm gonna sound like an infomercial salesperson, but I've honestly never seen Mailchimp offer any kind of discount. So we're really excited to be offering this, and it can save you. I know cash flow is important for our business. Definitely save you a lot of money as a business. We also try to keep our fees pretty budget friendly for small business. So we do email management from about $500 a month. And that can include your setup, your Mailchimp setup and optimization, your automation setup. We always include an email and SMS marketing strategy session because you got to start with the strategy first. What are you looking to achieve? And how can we use automation and SMS to help you accomplish that? We also do everything from design the campaign, write the campaign, deploy the campaign, and the ongoing management. So basically, talk to us. I think Leah's put our booking form in the chat. If you want to repeat that again, Leah, we have, this is our booking form, napkinmarketing.com/apply. You can book a meeting with us and we can get you started. Pricing always depends on your particular circumstance, your particular business, whatever you're looking to accomplish. So some of you, the automation might be right for you. For some of you, might be just getting started with traditional email marketing. So feel free to book a call and get you started. And if you do want to take advantage of that 20% promo offer, definitely get in touch with us first because it does apply to Napkin clients. So we'd have to add you in. As long as you're able to add us as an admin, we should be able to get you on, but we just need to add you under our partner umbrella plan. So thank you again, and I'm happy to open it up to Q&A. I think everyone's enabled to talk on here as well, or feel free to text in the chat if you have a question. but I think, Sheena, you may have had some questions, so feel free to ask your question in the chat. I think some good questions came up during the call, William, with that whole like keyword triggered campaign, whether those can go to the US or if there's some numbers that don't accept them.
Yeah, I
So I
found
think,
that with the marketing plan that you purchase, whatever location that you purchase it in, that's where your region kind of resides when it comes to sending and receiving texts. Sheena, you did have issues with your 800 number from what we understand, so we may, yeah, like Adina said, we'll take it offline and hopefully we can address it. I did ask the product team in a Slack, just waiting to hear back from them just to get a little bit more clarity on that. So hopefully we can address it after the call.
sure. Yeah, that'd be great. And yeah, and feel free to email me directly. It's adina@napkinmarketing.com. Or, or text message me. I get all the texts now from Napkin. So I'm happy to speak with you. And yeah, look forward to speaking with everyone one-on-one. Yeah, look forward to speaking with you, Sheena. We'll uncover the mystery. So besides, I know Sheena didn't get it, and there was a US person who didn't get it. Did anybody else actually? I know Josh received the blast. Did anyone else receive it? If you're still on there. Okay. All right, we'll follow up soon. Thank you again. This was fantastic. Thank you so much, William and Addie and Tam and my team, Leah and Josh on the chat, and look forward to speaking with you guys again. Happy marketing.